All right, we're back watching lesson footage that I've never seen before. So I believe this is a lesson where I am not leading. Amanda Fama is leading, and you're going to hear her voice a lot more. I don't think I even come onto the scene, but reminder what this footage is from. It is from my lessons in Anaheim, California. We are in there Monday through Thursday, 5:30 to 9:30, and letting you guys in on a little of the background, I guess, is I'm in there twice a week. Amanda Fama is in there every day. This is the first year that we've ever done it, that I've done this for my company. And it's mainly so that I can be able to produce more online content, to work on my membership called Defense Club. And that takes a lot of work. Those instructors that also you can see them on social media, you also see their online courses. So sometimes that's a full-time job. And while I love being in person and being that instructor in person, the work hours have added up and I have needed to take a small step back. I'm still in the facility every single week, but Amanda Fama has been like this godsend for me. So I am able to impact the people that aren't in person, those people that are online. Um, my main goal has been to kind of capture everything that I've learned, everything that I teach, my curriculum, and put it online inside a Defense Club. So these videos, again, I referenced this before, the footage that I've really never seen. Some of it deserves to be seen, and that's why you got these videos kind of spliced together, a bunch of the content that originally was formulated for social media. And we get lucky sometimes because Carlos, our videographer, goes in and he's just capturing what's happening. None of it's scripted. Sometimes we put mics on the kids. Sometimes we put mics on different instructors. So that we can just capture kind of the essence of what lessons actually are like.
Good. Hey, and remember, we're aiming for the middle of the net. Jump back.
So I think what's the coolest thing about lessons is sometimes you're going to see very new faces that are instructing. I just came back from a clinic in San Diego, and when I say San Diego, I'm talking like deep San Diego, El Cajon. So it was like a kind of a far drive for me. And I did a clinic with Luke Lone, Jay Pryor, Drew Walsh, all baseball infield specialists. And I was very, very lucky to do it. I also came out with it thinking I am way more resolved than ever, in the idea that different voices, different perspectives, different ways of saying things are so needed in a learning environment. And in my lessons, we do this on a smaller scale every week because we stay in the softball world. But I really enjoyed over the weekend being able to hear from guys have a different way of communicating, in my opinion. Baseball infielders have a different way of communicating, and those instructors each have their different perspectives, different things, different life experiences that impact how they communicate with young infielders. So kind of cool. I'm seeing all the different instructors that we have here, and I just really believe in it. And it's part of our system at this point to have different people instructing, not just the mechanical side and saying different mechanical fixes differently, but also just a connection piece. And when kids feel connected, they feel safe, they feel respected, they feel like the coach cares about them, they're going to learn faster, they're going to have more fun, they're going to have a better experience, they are going to stay in the sport for longer. So that is our job, especially when our key demographic average age range is, I would say this class between 11 and 12 is, I think, who we service the best. 8, 9, 10, that is our biggest group right now. There's been a huge influx of people that probably saw me come onto the social media scene. Amanda with her wink. Saw me come into the social media scene, and their kids were a little bit young. They were 5 or 6, and now they're super excited to get their kids in with me, and they're 8, 9 years old, and that's just the start of their journey. Our minimum age is 8 years old. And it's funny because I know that there's a lot of 7 year olds that sneak in, even 6.5 year olds that sneak in. So yeah, I can tell if the parents were wondering. But Amanda's really great. Every single one of our instructors I've picked for a purpose. A lot of them, or a lot of kids that either are in high school that are committed to college, that are looking for kind of something extra to make a little bit of money before they leave for college, or if they're in college and it's their fall season, or they graduated from college, they have an interest in coaching, they want to see what it's like, want to develop their voice. Those are the kind of workers we're looking for. Luna's definitely one of our girls' favorite. I think we're going to call her a helper coach because she doesn't lead the regular defensive classes. She has led throwing. She has led classes before, but she's not like a regular leader. She's more so a helper, but you can see she takes a lot of pride and a lot of responsibility in the drills that she's leading. And that's what we look for in coaches. So it's not just people that have played softball before showing up and rolling balls. I've had that in the past. I think it's been such a journey of lessons, right? I used to do lessons 100% by myself. Then I got more kids. All right, I need like a helper. Okay, now it looks like I need 2 helpers an hour. Okay, now we're teaching 2 classes at the same time. We're doing a throwing and then we're doing defense. So we need 3 people over there. We need 3 people over here plus me. So I'm managing a team of 6 every night, or Amanda's managing a team of 6 every night, and it's a different animal. So it becomes, and I'm not even talking like business or numbers wise, it becomes like instead of just teaching softball, we're building relationships with our coaches. We're fostering the relationships that those coaches have with the players. It's very different.
We've never thought about this, I don't think. Why do we always, a ready position, so when the ball does come, all we have to do is put it down. If you're over here like with it on your hip and the ball gets hit, exactly.
I just am listening in to Amanda, and I love that she has the ability to relate more closely on a player level because she just recently retired. I think she's retired. We never really know with Amanda Fama if she's going to play or not because she's kind of a freak athlete, and she went to the 2020 Olympics with Team Italy as their shortstop. She went and coached not Team Mexico, but in the newly formed professional league in Mexico. She started as a coach, and they asked her to play, and it's just funny to me that she can just, on a whim, go and play professional softball. Pretty impressive. But also, she's pretty funny.
Super excited about it. This one might be a little hard for you guys, but we're going to work on it. Okay? You're going to start at the green cone and work on a ball thrown towards your glove side. And what do we want to kind of do with our eyes and our body? Same thing with the baseball, tennis ball picks. You want to kind of get around it, right? So starting at the green cone, I'm going to toss you a ball. Try and get around it the best you can. Catch with 2 hands, rotate, and throw. Why do we want to?
Yeah, and just hearing her explain some of these drills, it's so good for me to hear it back because when I know that when I created this, and it's not even like a drill per se, it's just something that I came up with to try to get their back foot underneath their head and practice also transferring middle. So when I explain it, I sound so different. And at this point, when I watch myself talk back because of all the social media, because of all the video that we've done, one, I get a little bit annoyed with my voice. Two, Amanda tends to keep it a little bit more simple and tell the girls what they need to focus on. Because sometimes I get pretty technical in my terms. Amanda also does things like, I guess this is the walk like an Egyptian. Yeah, so I know that there's a lot of kids that have come and stayed in lessons because Amanda, and that did not used to be the case. It used to all be on me. I had all the responsibility. So those coaches out there uh, that are head coaches that are trying to build a sustainable place where they can offer lessons. My biggest advice that I've learned in the last, it's been a while now. It's probably been 2 years now that Amanda's had this big of a role. But my advice would be to empower your other coaches, teach them everything that you know. And obviously, you have to trust them because that's your business, right? If you're going to teach somebody everything you know, you need to know they're going to stick around. You need to know they share values with you. They understand your vision. They understand how important it is to you. But on the flip side, you also understand them. You know what drives them. And I'm still learning that. Amanda is a little bit of a mystery. Everybody's a little bit of a mystery because we get caught up in running our business. We get caught up in their value only as a worker. And me personally just need to remember that their value as a person and what they're aiming for and what's important to them is important, period. And as a business owner, I am working on asking more questions. I'm like terrible at that. Going on a tangent about managing people because it's something very new to me. Yeah, focusing on just softball would be easy, but it's not the whole job. It can't be if you're going to build something that's bigger. Yeah, so Naya was also at the baseball slash softball clinic yesterday in El Cajon. She got her nose really burnt. She does not have a burnt nose in this video.
So Sam's tossing me the ball as a shortstop, and I'm catching the ball. Do we stand flat-footed? Do we add a hop? What do we do? Yeah, so we're going to load up into our back leg, kind of how we did here.
So I probably mentioned this also in another video, but I taught Naya when she was in, I would say, my high school level class. So Naya maybe did a couple of years of lessons with me. So I can kind of hear a little bit of my style in her. I'll ask the kids questions, wait for an answer, but I know the answer that I want to hear. Obviously, like all coaches know what they're looking for before they ask the question. But Naya has a very different style than Amanda, and I love that.
To do the same footwork with me, so I just know you guys are doing it right. And then if we need to correct something, we'll correct you when you get to the station. So you guys just watch them. Everybody face me, spread out. Yeah, you guys are good right there. So I'm going to be facing this way with you guys. Sam, you're going to fake toss the ball. We're all going to catch it on you guys for lefties, opposite foot. So you guys are opposite. You guys are going this, left leg first, right leg.
We get so many questions on what about this drill for lefties? Can you do more demonstrations for lefties? I get the request because lefties exist, but also righties make up 98% of infielders that are training to be infielders. So we're going to have more righties in our classes and also in our videos, instruction wise. Also, for whatever reason, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. An ask about, well, what about me? What about me? You're different, but you're not an exception. It's still the same for you, but just opposite feet. Like, are you not going to throw the ball because you're lefty? No, you're gonna throw the ball because you're on the softball field where we need to throw. So it's just On the other side. So as far as the drill for lefties, most of the time, instead of right left, it's
Pull.
left right field, left right throw. For a righty, it would be right left field, right left throw.
Sweating.
And so there are a lot of adjustments that can be made around the bases, right? Because a lot of times, um,
What we're going to be doing
I
is
mean,
almost like a
infield is
but
something
we're
that's
going to be
made
throwing
for a
our
right-handed
hands.
player. It's just a lot easier in terms of time, especially in softball. You don't have time for an extra step.
Ball facing
And
out.
very, very rarely
Arms
in
up.
baseball, you're going to see
Throw through the net.
a third, second, or shortstop as a lefty.
So that's
I
the
don't
field.
think I've seen it
Station. If
in
you want
higher
to get on
levels,
the side of me so you guys can
past
see.
past middle school,
This
probably.
is like rolling, okay?
So the question isn't a dumb question,
Okay.
but it is one that rubs me the wrong way because it's kind of asking like, or saying, well, I'm an exception, I'm different.
Practice
Yeah,
round.
everybody's different in their own way, but this is your way that you're different, and
I really want you to get balance in
we can figure this out
back leg.
together.
1, 2.
I'm also not a lefty, so I'm
Through the
probably
net, elbows up.
rubbing lefties the wrong way by saying that.
Arms up
Oops.
and throw through the net. Okay? So really load
Let's
up your shoulder
listen in
blades
on
and get
Naya
some more
here.
power in our throw. Next, we're going to be doing these mini bands. These tell you exactly what you're doing. I'm sure there's going to be a coach with you guys.
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys can tell from now that not this is a completely different session than Amanda's running.
No gloves.
Carlos will go back and forth with the mic. Naya runs throwing regularly. So
Really want you to have a bend in the knee.
between Naya,
Want you to use some
Faith,
power with your
Amanda Porterfield,
There you go.
those three are the throwing instructors currently.
Okay, so we're doing the
Sophia
same.
Reynoso
So remember, we're
has another full-time job, so she has not been in for
right
this
foot squeezing in
season.
front of our right.
And I do my scheduling based on seasons, based on the like current college girls will have different schedules for their seasons. Naya just graduated, so you're going to see a ton of her in
So what you're going
upcoming
to do
videos,
is pinch your scaps
especially because she's getting more and more.
and
Oh,
throw through the
cameo
net.
by me in the back.
So you're going to do
She's
that
getting
3
more and
times.
more
So we're going to switch.
opportunity and
Pull reps,
responsibility from me on the business
keep your
side, so
arms in.
you're going to see her a
We're going to
lot.
be doing the same thing
I think I'm in the
as
back
well. They're just doing a dry run.
because I'm planning a
When
clinic
we
or I'm
say knee
planning
release, pull your
something.
back, arms up,
But yeah, normally when
let
I'm
go this time.
not leading lessons, I'm not
Knee
there.
out,
I let this
flick it,
run on its own because it
slightly.
is
Step
100%
forward and reach.
capable of doing
You
it
feel
on
it
its
on the
own.
front side of our arms. There you go. Raise your arm up a little higher. Right there. Yeah, yeah. You feel it? Raise your arm up a little higher right there. Do you feel it right here? Okay. Group is going to be using these yellow bands. What do you think we're going to be working on with these?
Yeah, some people have
So,
really, really like the throwing session
we're going to
for
try and
its
pinch
ability to be more recovery and strength,
once we pinch our shoulder
which
blades,
a lot of
keep your hands
throwing
up. We're
is
going to go in this way.
because
My arms are not
we
good
are
condition.
severely
So I
overusing
can't
our
grab you
throwing shoulder a lot of the
from
time,
here.
and we're not really balancing out our body. So,
You just
yeah, the
rest
throwing
for
session,
4 reps
I
each
think
time.
it's
We're going
super
to
cool.
continue
We
those.
utilize our crossover symmetry bands. We use those yellow bands. We got those on Amazon, actually.
Now I really want you to use
But
your
then we get
ability to
into
choose
drills
when
and
to.
technique, and each of these kids gets
So
a
we're going to use
lot
our shoulder
more
blades,
personalized throwing help in this throwing
elbows to
session. I
hips.
mean, that should go without saying because it is a throwing session, but
Here we
in
go. We're just
my
going to
regular
repeat it.
defensive
Big
lessons,
abilities. Once
we
we use
will
our hands,
devote one or two drills to throwing,
don't get you mat
and
lean.
then there's just like a lot of
Go
other
ahead, do 10.
stuff you need to go over: posture, footwork, glove work, communication, mentality, and the hour goes super, super fast. So I've been loving the throwing.